Hello everyone. This video is about organic chemistry. Some of the students will find difficult in answering organic chemistry related questions in the competitive examination. So here there are few tricks as well as the key points to be remembered in order to attend the questions related to organic chemistry. Now we will be discussing in this video about the preparation of alkenes, which is nothing but one of the hydrocarbons. I will deal only here in this video about the named reactions, and these are, let me tell you dear students, very important methods. Shall we go for it? Yes. Now the first one, it is Kolbe's electrolytic decarboxylation. So as I told earlier, I'll deal only the named organic reaction. Let us learn the first reaction, which is Kolbe's electrolytic decarboxylation. I'll write the name, Kolbe's electrolytic decarboxylation. Okay, fine. Now what is decarboxylation? Removal of carbon dioxide or carboxylic group. So you are basically removing carboxylic acid group in the form of D means removal. Okay, carbon dioxide or either carbonate. Now what is electrolytic? It is nothing but by passing electricity. Okay, so this part we will deal separately in the chapter called electrochemistry. Fine, you're supposed to have two electrodes, then you have to connect that to the electricity supplier, where on passing electricity you can, or you are actually able to break the compounds. So it is Kolbe's electrolytic decarboxylation. Hope you understood the importance of this method or what actually happening in this method. So in order to carry out this method, the reactant which we must take is aqueous solution of sodium salt of carboxylic acid. So what is carboxylic acid group? COOH group. So you take COOH group compound, that is we call them as exactly carboxylic acid in the salt form. So how to prepare a salt? To the acid add base. Sodium salt, in order to prepare you have to add sodium hydroxide. So I am taking carboxylic acid in general, okay, RCOOH, now in the sodium salt form, so RCOONA. Carboxylic acid is taken, aqueous solution since I told, so water must be present, and carrying out what? Electrolysis. So what I am going to get? Our intention here in this particular chapter or the concept is to prepare alkane. So this is one of the method, as I said earlier, to prepare alkane. So how alkane formation takes place? Yes, in this way. So you will get R and R. Okay, two R groups will be joined together. What are R groups? Alkyl groups. And you will get, of course, carbon dioxide, because the name indicates decarboxylation, removal of carboxylic group. This is your carboxyl group. Okay, the other products are sodium hydroxide along with hydrogen, H2. Fine, no? So now you have to balance this particular equation. So two R groups are there, therefore let me multiply by 2. Next, 2 carbon dioxide to be written, fine, no? And sodium hydroxide, so that will be 2. Now this is a general reaction, and of course most of us know this particular reaction. Now what are the competitive points to be remembered on this particular method as well as the reaction? So let me talk about it. Now please observe here the obtained alkane in the case of electrolytic decarboxylation done by Kolbe's always will have double the number of carbon atoms which are present in alkyl group of your carboxylic acid salt. So in what way you are generalizing this statement? If you take n number of carbon atoms including carboxylic carbon atom in the case of sodium salt of the acid, then obtained alkane will have 2 times the n minus 1. This carbon is not there in the alkane because it is removed as carbon dioxide. So So, if your carboxylic acid has got n number of carbon atoms, let me tell you, this is a very important key point, or I can call tricks to answer the questions related to this Kolbe's method. So, n number of carbon atoms, n carbon, okay, carbon atoms, acid is taken, okay, formed alkane will be of 2 times the n minus 1 carbon atom. So if you remember this, immediately you can answer the questions related to this. The question will be like this: what is the sodium salt of carboxylic acid to be taken in order to get butane? So what should be your answer? It is not butanoic acid which you have to take. It is which acid to get butane? Butane is nothing but C2H5, isn't it? C4H10. So C2H5 and one carbon atom. Am I right? So you have to take C2H5COONA. So what is that acid? Sodium propanoate to be taken in order to get butanoic acid. So in this way, the obtained alkane, if it is given, you can get what is a carboxylic acid to be taken in order to carry out decarboxylation reaction. Is that fine? Yes. So hope you got this. See, butane is nothing but C4H10. To get that, you apply this formula, that's it. Okay, so n, if you take, you will get 2 times n minus 1. So once you know what is this 2 times n minus 1, can't you find out n exactly? Is that okay? Done. Next, let us, or as I said earlier, the R groups, looking into that, you can answer this question. In order to get butane, okay, we supposed to take the carboxylic acid which has the carbon atom exactly half of the alkane taken, because it 2 times R, no? So divide by 2, therefore you will get it as R. That is the first point. Also, one has to remember which type of gases will be evolved at the respective electrodes. So when we say electrolysis, let me tell you, dear students, this question is also asked, okay, in the previous year. Name the gas which comes out at the anode during Kolbe's electrolytic decarboxylation. So anode is going to give which gas out of these? There are 3 gases, carbon dioxide and your alkane, also the hydrogen. So there is a competition of 3 gases for 2 positions at the electrodes. So let me tell you that part also we need to remember. At anode, always there is a liberation of or evolution of exactly alkane. Okay, so how to remember this? Again, I told tricks, no? So easy to remember. The electrode name, if starts from A, that is anode, then the gas which comes out is also alkane, which starts from A. So in this way you can remember the gas liberated at the anode. Next, at cathode. At cathode, so always there is a liberation of hydrogen, because at cathode, the actually concept of electrochemistry, that gas is preferred which has got the highest reduction potential value. So out of this, hydrogen has got 0 electrode potential, so which is high compared to the other. Therefore hydrogen gas will come out at the cathode. So please remember these 2 things plus the earlier one in Kolbe's electrolytic decarboxylation reaction. Is that okay? Fine. So that is about the first method. Let us move on to the second one, which is also, let me tell you, it's also very important, and the name of the reaction is called as Wood's reaction. Okay? So Wood's reaction. This reaction is all about the preparation of again alkane, okay, from alkyl halide. So if you want to prepare alkane from alkyl halide, what are alkyl halides? These are also known as haloalkanes. So let me write one of the haloalkane as RBr, or generally I can take RX. X stands for halogen. Is that okay? So when haloalkanes are treated with sodium metal, okay, I'll write one more molecule like this, BRR, in order to remember this method for a longer time. I have written like this, otherwise it would have been taken it as 2 times RBR. But if you write like this, you can imagine, you can remember this particular method of removal of the byproduct. Okay, so you'll get R over here, along with that NaBr. So the reaction should be carried out in dry ether medium. Okay, dry ether. Hope you can see this. Fine. Now the path of the reaction goes like this. Okay, so if you remember this pattern, immediately the product, irrespective of the R group, you can write it. Now, what is again key points to be observed in this reaction? The obtained alkane has the double the number of R group of alkyl halide. You can take down the same point under this as well, but it is not 2 into n minus 1 times, it is 2n. Okay, whatever the alkane formed here, in the case of Wood's reaction, will have the carbon atom that of the alkyl halide. What is the relation between them? 2 times the carbon atom of alkyl halide. Is that okay? So that is about the first one, first point to be remembered here. So you can take the example. Now the 2 more points to be remembered related to Wood's reaction is, so first one, number of carbon atoms. Will you take down the same thing here? What is that? The number of carbon atoms formed will be double the number of, okay, so number of carbon atoms in alkane formed, okay, is twice that of alkyl halide. This is obviously, or it's quite obvious, because 2R will be there, so R group will become into 2R. Now the next point to be remembered, Wood's reaction is used to prepare symmetrical alkanes. There is a statement. So what do you mean by symmetrical alkanes? Symmetrical alkanes means those alkanes which are having even number of carbon atoms. So you remember at this moment only that. Okay, so symmetrical alkanes can be prepared by this method, but it fails in the preparation part of the unsymmetrical alkanes. Why do we say that? Let us take one example to understand what is the problem with the preparation of unsymmetrical alkane. So when ethyl chloride, okay, is treated with methyl chloride, so I have taken methyl chloride first and you treat it with sodium. Of course, to balance the stoichiometry, you need to multiply by 2 here, because 2 moles of Na. Fine, no? Yes. Now you have a methyl chloride, you treat that with ethyl chloride, so C2H5. Is that fine? Okay. Now in the presence of dry ether, so can you tell me what is the product here? What we expect generally? So path of the reaction we know in this way, right? So what do you expect here? The product has to be CH3 C2H5, okay, plus 2 times NaCl. Do you agree? Fine. Now whenever we write the reaction indicates that taking place in molar ratio. It is not molecule of ethyl chloride is reacting with another molecule of methyl chloride. It is 1 mole of methyl chloride is getting involved in reaction with 1 mole of ethyl chloride. So there is no guarantee that same methyl chloride molecules among themselves cannot react. Am I right? So what I mean to say is one molecule of methyl chloride, according to the product, is reacting with another molecule of ethyl chloride, or 1 more molecule of ethyl chloride. But you cannot control when you are doing reaction molar ratio. Why do I say that? Because 1 mole is equal to Avogadro number of molecules. So in this reaction we are having 10 to the power 23, of course 6.02 into 10 raised to 23 molecules of methyl chloride, which is involved in reaction with the same number of ethyl chloride molecules. So we cannot control this reaction where 1:1 ratio the reaction is taking place between 2 different molecules. I mean to say that, again, to be specific, methyl chloride molecules among themselves they may react, or they do react. Even the same thing is applicable for ethyl chloride molecules as well. Therefore, when two methyl chloride molecules react themselves, the obtained product is ethane. Do you agree? C2H6, because it is CH3 with one more CH3, so C2H6. Same thing when ethyl chloride does, right? The formed compound is butane, C4H10. Do you observe here, instead of getting propane, CH3, C2H5 is nothing but C3H6. Propane will end up with having even ethane and butane. So how many products are formed? 3. 3 alkanes are formed instead of 1. So this is limitation. You cannot say that this is advantage. Why? Because our intention or desire is to prepare only propane. We got other two, so those two products to be separated, you see. Right? So separation is a bit difficult. As a result, the yield also is going to decrease. Yield in the sense, the amount of product which you get. So this is a limitation of the method. So Wood's reaction is not preferred to prepare. Okay, I repeat, Wood's reaction is not preferred to prepare unsymmetrical alkanes. What do you mean by unsymmetrical? Odd number of carbon atom. Alkanes having odd number of carbon atoms. It is not preferred because we will end up with not one product. Instead of that, 3 products are going to be formed. Is that fine? So this is again a very important point to be remembered. So 2 points: number of carbon atoms, double the number of alkyl group, and one more is the unsymmetrical alkanes cannot be prepared by this method because that will end up with having 3 products. So this was asked in one of the previous year competitive examination. How many products are formed when 2 different alkyl halides are taken? I repeat, how many products are formed when 2 different alkyl halides are taken? So your answer should be 3. It's always, irrespective of the alkyl halide you take, the formed product will be of 3 types. Is that fine? So that is important. So name of the compound, chloromethane, here chloroethane or ethyl chloride or methyl chloride in the common name system. So you can write them, and these are alkanes formed. Is that fine? So this is about the Wood's reaction, important point. I would like to mention one more miscellaneous concept, I can say, where Wood's reaction can take place within a molecule. So such type of Wood's reactions are said to be intramolecular Wood's reaction. Once in IIT this question was asked. Okay, so intramolecular Wood's reaction. Intramolecular Wood's reaction. So what is this? Wood's reaction, or I'll write down here. Okay, so just one example let me give you. What about the intramolecular, or how it actually takes place? So I'll take the example of this compound. I hope you can name this or name this compound. What is this? So bromine atom I have written at both the positions. So I have cyclobutane and 2 halogen, 1 first position, 2, 3. So 1, 3 dibromo. Okay, dibromobutane. Am I right? Dibromo cyclobutane. Cyclobutane I have taken, and since it has got 2 halogen atom in the same compound, now when this is treated with the sodium, 2 moles of sodium, can you tell me what is the product? Same question. Okay, which is again important, asked in a different way in the competitive. Instead of bromine they have given chlorine. That's it. So what is the product is going to form here? See here what happens, 2 different alkyl halides will be involved or are involved in the reaction with the sodium. So thereby NABR removes and RR are connected. Now here these R groups are nothing but carbon atoms here. So connection takes place between the 2 diagonally placed carbon atoms. So that we call bridge formation. So you are going to get the compound, okay, somewhat like this, or say here 2 carbon atoms are got connected, and since this reaction is happening within the alkyl halide, it is called as intramolecular. Intra stands for within a molecule. Okay, Wood's reaction. And what is this? What are these types of compounds called? Okay, let me write the byproduct, NABR. These are nothing but bicyclo compounds. Bridged hydrocarbons are said to be bicyclo compounds. And how to name them? It depends on the number of carbon atoms present between the bridges as well as bridged carbon atoms to be counted. So nomenclature is somewhat lengthy. We will discuss about it in some other video, the nomenclature of bicyclo compounds. So here let me write the name of this bicyclo compound. It is bicyclo. That should be the prefix, okay, in all these types of compounds, bicyclo, and you write the atoms 1.0.1. This is how you're supposed to name them, okay. What is this compound now? Bicyclo, already written, butane, okay, butane. So what does these numbers stand for? 1 stands for the number of carbon atom present in one of the bridge, so that is here. So these two are bridged carbon atoms, you should not count. So only one carbon atom is there in one bridge, therefore 1. The other bridge also has got 1, so you have written 1. And at the center you have written 0 because the two connected carbon atoms here, in between them there is no other carbon atom. So in the bridge there is no carbon atom, therefore 0. So first ring or cyclic compound, number of carbon atoms, you have to take care that the connected or interconnected carbons should not be named, okay. 1, the other 0, then again 1. So butane is a entire or total number of carbon atoms. So this is how you are supposed to name. Fine, no? So we have discussed 2 important named reaction. So in this video, as I already told at the beginning, we are discussing about only named reactions to prepare that to alkane only. Okay, so we have few more, okay, reactions to be studied under this named reaction section. So we'll be discussing about the other reactions in the next video. Okay, till then, take care.